Welcome to our episode of Leadership Bits and Bytes. We are so excited today because we have Domineca Montalvo, who is here from New City Kids, Grand Rapids. And we have a great story and a great episode for you that you're going to love, not only because of the impact they're having here in West Michigan, but also because of the great leadership that she's displaying in the work that she's doing. So welcome and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
Oh, great. So tell us more about what is New City Kids.
Yeah, so New City Kids, our motto mission statement is loving kids for change through spiritual leadership, academic, and musical development. We call it SLAM. Okay. And what we do is we provide an after-school program that contains all of those components. So we do spiritual mentorship, leadership, mentorship, academic mentorship, and musical classes, as well as mentorship. Wow. What we do is we hire 60 teens, and our specific location, we hire 60 teens, and we teach them and get them ready. It's a paid program. We call them Teen Life Interns. Okay. And we teach them a few lessons ahead of what they're teaching the kids. So they will mentor the kids. They will teach the kids their musical instrument lessons. They work with them spiritually and in leadership. Wow. But then they also get the things that they need. So from 3:30 until 6 in our location, it's where the teens are focused on the kids. Wow. That are first grade through 8th grade, and then the kids leave at 6 p.m. They go home, and we feed the teens, and then from 6:30 until 8 with the teens, then we're doing the college prep, the career prep, their musical lessons, and any of the mentorship that they need.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about how do you find these teens to be a part of your program?
Yeah, so we have a Teen Life Internship Director, and what she will do is go out to the open houses in the surrounding high schools, and she will recruit teens for the program. We hire them as young as 9th grade, and then when they graduate from high school, they graduate from the program.
Wow, that is awesome. And then how about the younger children? Are they from surrounding schools? Are they nominated by teachers, or how, again, are they identified?
Yeah, same thing. They are recruited at the school open houses and just school relationships that our staff has. And then often there'll be like siblings to the teens that we've hired, or just repeated siblings from year after year.
Yeah. What a great initiative. Yeah. And so the teenagers that are part of your program, is it their goal to go on and have a career in music? Is that?
Yeah, some of them it is. A lot of what we do also in their one-on-one time or their mentorship time, even as a group, is career exploration. So we'll have, we've had Fifth Third come in, we've had Huntington come in, we've had Van Dyke and different organizations that come in and teach the kids about their careers and what their professions are and the various professions within the field. And then the kids can the teens can kind of learn and explore what they would like to go into the future. So some of them do want to go into music, but then others find other ways. I had one girl I found out wanted to go into criminal justice and basically for law. And so that was really interesting that she wanted to do that. And so we're trying to find ways to make sure that we're connecting her with the right people and the right groups to be able to get the mentorship to prepare her for that.
Yeah. What's the vision behind New City Kids? What's the goal that you're hoping to reach?
Yeah, the main goal that we're hoping to reach is really just changing the trajectory of the lives for teens and kids, which then in turns change the trajectory of the family, right?
Sure.
We have parents, what we reach, let me go back. Our target demographic is like the middle 60 with the kids, so there's like the lower 20% need more than what we can give them, and then the upper 20%, they're set. They have the resources, they have the finances, they have the things that they need, but in that middle 60, they either have the funding but not the support, or they have the support and not the funding. And so what we try to do is come in and fill that gap. So the program is free, the music lessons are free, the after school program is free. It's really great for like dual working parents or single parent because it's after school free.
Exactly.
And they're learning, and you don't have to worry about where your kid is. And for the teens, it keeps them busy because not only are they prepping right after school for the kids, but then when the kids go home, the teens are still there until 8 o'clock at night, getting what they need. It keeps them off the street, it keeps them out of trouble, it keeps them focused.
Oh, how wonderful. That's got to be so inspiring to see them just light up, I'm sure, when 100%. They're performing and they're, being able to come together around something they love.
Yes. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. So can you share maybe a story that has maybe spoken to you and others from your program, something that you've seen happen that you're like, we had a part in that?
Yeah, there's so many different stories. One of my favorites is probably the girl I met when I first toured New City, right after I accepted the position. She was downstairs in the tutoring floor explaining to the tour how the tutoring went, and she was talking about how shy she was when she first started and that she wasn't really ready to open up to people or just to anyone. And to see her now, you would never know. She'll lead worship on the platform during community time. She will lead dismissals. She will teach the kids. She's always running around with a smile on her face. Like, she's a completely different kid than she was when she came in.
Don't you love that when you see them just bloom and they have that confidence to really speak into that? Speaking of leadership, I'm curious, how long have you been with New Kids?
Yeah, New City Kids I've only been with since June.
Okay, so fairly recently.
Yes.
And so I'm curious, what has that transition been like for you as a leader within the organization?
Yeah.
Maybe what are some things that you're hoping to bring to New City Kids?
Yeah, so there are a lot of changes going on organization-wide and structurally. And so what I really want to help is with the change management and helping so that the staff doesn't feel as much stress from that change management, right? And then also culture building, making it a positive culture, not only for the teens that we serve and the teens that are staff and the kids that we serve and the families, but also culturally together as a team, right? So that they feel like a team, they know that I'm their leader, but I'm there to support them, right? And where to step in where they need me to step in, and step back when they need me to step back, but then really just support them in their leadership. If I need to, teens are teens, right? So if I need to step in and reinforce something for them and the respect or something like that, then I'm there to do that, and that I have their back. And then I'm also there to advocate for them, right? When I communicate with the board or with the C-suite staff, that I'm there really on their side to just link arms with them and move forward.
Yeah. I really love that, and I think it shows a lot of commonality between working with teens in developing their leadership, as I'm sure as you are with employees who are working there. And how you're actually coming together as a team. So I'm curious, is there something that you've learned along the way, maybe a tip that you have found has been really instrumental for you as you've developed as a leader?
Yeah, so I like to spend time with the staff, right? We're working on our first team building event where we can go off-site. And my goal with that is for us to see each other as people, because there's a different level of respect and care that comes with that. And so that's what I've done in the past, and it seemed to work really well with teams in the past. The other thing that I have learned over the years also is to be very careful of calling the team family. And a lot of nonprofit organizations like to do that, but you can't be a family, right? You're a team. but you can't be a family because that can attach any like false expectations or maybe past traumas related to families also to that team, and you would be really careful to not do that. And so while we're in a nurturing environment and things like that, you try to be really careful not to call it a team or a family, excuse me, while you're still building that camaraderie. It's a tricky line to walk sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, that makes perfect sense. And it is important, I think, as leaders that we have a good perspective about that, because we do care about the people that we're leading, and that's important, but we want to do that appropriately as well. I understand you have an event coming up. Tell us about that.
Yes, very excited. This is our Bash event. It's our gala, but it's not the same type of gala where you come in and have a chicken dinner and listen to all the statistics from the executive director, right?
Right.
We all go to those. We all know how they are. But this is going to be basically like High School Musical real life. So all of the skills and the things that the kids have learned, blended with all of their talents, will be on display at Domineca Live on December 11th. So the kids will be acting and singing and playing their instruments and sharing some of their testimonies. So it's really going to be all about the kids and displaying what God created and put inside of them, and then what New City Kids has been able to pull out of them.
That is so, it sounds like it will be very inspiring and so fun, as well as really motivating. So that's great. How can people learn more about your organization? How can they get in touch with you if they want to know more?
Yeah, so you could go to newcitykids.org for one, and then scroll to the About team, and you'll see my name there. You can also, I will spell my email address, but it's domineca.montalvo@newcitykids.org. Or you could give me a call at 616-965-0242.
Perfect. Well, I am so glad that you came and shared that with us. I know a lot of the people listening to this podcast are very active in the community and will want to support your organization and to learn more about that. And I appreciate the leadership that you're bringing to New City Kids, because it is an important thing that we take care of our children and that we help groom them for leadership. They're the next leaders of the future, so that's a really important piece of it as well.
100%.
So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.